Hey there, friends, coming at you with another episode of the Pre-Ride Show from Pure Gravel, right here on the grounds at Unbound. Get a chance to spend a few minutes with my new friend, Paige Peters. Paige,
Hello.
welcome. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me aboard.
Right on. First time to Emporia. Is this new for you?
Yeah, this is new for me. First Unbound experience, so I'm excited.
Let's talk a little bit about your background then. Introduce yourself to the Pure Gravel world.
Yeah.
What you've been doing the last few years in the cycling world.
So I'm pretty new to cycling. Last year, Gravel Worlds back in August was my first mass start race.
Okay.
And so I'm very new to the scene. I got fifth there, and I figured, okay,
Not
maybe
a bad.
not a bad start. Fell in love with the gravel scene at that race.
Were we a roadie before that, or?
No, I was a runner.
Okay.
Pretty brand new to cycling. I hopped on a bike when I was injured. I was kind of a higher level runner, and just the classic story. I ran a lot and was injured and hopped on a bike, and just really found that I loved biking a lot more. And so I live in Michigan, lots of snow, endless snow. So we're on the trainer, and that winter I had hopped on a trainer, first time ever seeing power, and did some Zwift racing, and then got recruited to kind of a team at that time, and started to realize, I think I have a future in this.
And you start kicking people's butts, and you're like, oh, this is kind of fun. I like this.
Something like that. Yeah.
Well, we find that with you runners and the swimmers that move full time over. They've got this good engine. They realize, ooh, this is way more fun than what I was doing.
We have a good engine. So yeah, I've just been learning a lot, and from last year to this year, night and day difference with my skill and confidence and tactics. And so yeah, I did Mid-South for my season opener and placed fifth there, and I did Barry-Roubaix. I won that back in March.
Good for you.
Yeah, now just here, and unfortunately I had a crash about 5-6 weeks ago and
what
had
happened
knee surgery.
there?
So I was really trying to embrace the Emporia crosswinds that I hear about, and it was a very windy day, and just literally a crosswind, 40 plus mile per hour crosswind, just took me out on a really loose section. And I went down hard and had a concussion, subluxed my shoulder, and then had some debris in my knee that had to have surgery to get out. But I'm healthy now, and I call this on my couch to Unbound plan.
Okay.
But here on the longer endurance stuff, you just really need to have mental, grit, and I feel like mentally I'm prepared. And even if it's not the perfect build, who cares? Just go for it and see what happens. And yeah, I'm just excited to be here.
What did you, in your recon and your prep, what have you kind of learned with that? The crosswind experience, not a good one, but what did all that lead up kind of get you mentally to where you're at today?
Yeah, we were out, my team had spent some time out here back in March for team camp, kind of testing out the Flint Hills and seeing what that was about. So I got really good exposure to the crosswinds then, and been out here the last few days kind of reconning. But it's so funny because with gravel is so unpredictable. It's not like road. Where it's the road is the road and it's going to stay the same. Gravel, the elements and the weather really plays a factor, as everyone's, is it going to be a wet, Unbound?
All the uncontrollable variables, right?
So everyone goes and they recon and they have it in their mind that this is what it's going to look like, but you just never know until you get to that part of the race on the day, because is it going to rain, is it going to be dry? So I'm just really embracing the whole be prepared for anything mentality, and I think that will hopefully bode well for me, but at the same time, just expect anything and everything.
So, the mass start, is that, this will obviously probably be one of the biggest races you've ever done, size-wise?
Yeah, for sure. Thankfully, I've gotten a lot more comfortable. I'm a quick learner, but for sure, and especially as a female, female gravel cyclists, if you want to do well, you have to, the positioning in that front men's pack is so critical. And so it's not just fighting for position with a crew of women, it's men, and it's a huge pack. So the big thing is just staying calm and just remembering it's still a long race, but for a female, you need to be in really good position in that front pack and be smart. So, and with this type of gravel, there's not always a good line, so you have to be really, take your risk, but then also have that balance of what risk is enough to get to where you want to be versus playing safe and not crashing or getting injured. I think all of us would agree we tend to take more risk on race day just because that part of our mind just shuts off.
It's a race, elbows are out,
you
the
just do what you need to
pumping.
do. So I just put my bows out and try to act like I've been a cyclist for 10 years, even though I've only been one for one, and just forget that and just have that confidence, knowing that I belong there, and go from there. So.
How much has the team helped you in that preparation? Being brought into a bigger team with some more resources, what element has that added to your your race prep?
Yeah, it's added a lot, honestly. I am nobody in cycling, and so I have so much to learn, and I think that if I'm trying to do this all on my own, it is much harder. So the team has really brought a wealth of knowledge, the sponsors, my teammates, with years and years of experience, especially with tactics and being prepared, the mechanical side of things, by far.
Right.
Like, my knowledge there has, like, I can change my own tires. Like, last year, if you would have asked me, like, I didn't even know what my, what kind of tire was running. So yeah, they've really helped, excel me both, like, mentally, being prepared skill-wise and technicality, but
all those things that you may not know or be aware of, right? The little nuances to the sport that oftentimes can mean a big thing in the success of a race.
Exactly, and then the pit stops, with having a crew there that's been there many, many years, knowing exactly what we're doing. We already know where the van's going to be at. There's pictures of it, exactly. So yeah, I think just having that experience at the checkpoints to stay calm, like, it's going to be very helpful.
What's the rest of the season look like for you? After we have a great result here tomorrow, what's the rest of the season look like?
So pretty packed. I'm one of the lifetime Grand Prix athletes, so obviously the lifetime events will be on my calendar. I'm going to go to USA Pro Road Nationals, do the TT and likely the road race there. So that'll be the next race, and then Crusher after that. And then, Belgian Waffles coming to Michigan, which is my home state. So I added that onto my calendar, much to my coach's demise. But yeah, it's pretty much the lifetime events, and then BWR in Michigan and USA Pro Road Nets.
Okay, the knee's good. I see a little Band-Aid there, but we're all right.
Knee's good. Yeah, for the most part.
You took the taper at that little earlier maybe than you wanted, but that's just the way it goes sometimes.
My teammates just saying, like, you're still going to crush it. You're just going to be extra fresh. So yeah, we're good. I'm just trying to block that out of my mind and not, like, the biggest thing on a day that long is, like, you cannot have any excuses. So like, this is not an excuse for me tomorrow, and hopefully it's durable.
I love that attitude. Can we have a look at your bike? Get it up on the stand?
Of course.
Cool. Let's do that.
Let's get her up there.